I have this game and I want a cutscene where the camera smoothly pans from here to here. How can you do this? Easy and in games can provide very organic and nice looking movement. This is definitely one of those things I would have loved to know how to do when I was new to game development, because of the polish it adds. There are many different flavors when it comes to easing, and it can be very simple to implement. Here's how you can implement it. So, the goal right now is to get the camera to start here, and to smoothly pan over to here, without stopping, without accelerating, without decelerating. We're just going to get a linear motion, and then we're going to look at how we can transform that linear motion. So let's head over to Sublime Text. So for this animation, we need to know from where the camera is going. So x -200, y -200, that's where I'm choosing. You can pick whatever. Maybe 300. For 2 camera, I can say the x is on top of the player, and the y is on top of the player. And now we need a counter variable for the timer. We can just call it timer. And then we can have a max timer variable, which is how long it'll take. We can say it's 3 seconds. Now over by my update camera function, which is where the camera is being moved on top of the player, I'm going to make a little bit of a different logic. I'm going to say if the timer is not bigger than max timer yet, we will cut off the function and instead do this. So I'll increment the timer by the amount of time that's passed since the last frame. And now I want to make a progress variable. This progress variable will be the timer out of max timer. So if the timer is completely done and it's at the max timer, it'll be 1. And if it's not done at all and it's just started, then it's going to be at 0. And then there's all the in-betweens. Now, how can I turn this progress into a position? Say, when the progress is 0, I want it to be equal to from camera. And when the progress is 1, I want it to be to camera. And I want it to scale in between. Well, that's what a lerping function is for. Let's write this right here, it's very quick to do. Min, max, alpha are the arguments. And what we do is we return min plus, and then the difference between max and min, which is max minus min, and multiply that difference by the alpha. For example, if we did lerp 10, 20, between 10 and 20, we say 50% of that. That would give us 15, because that's halfway between 10 and 20, 50%. Now what we want to do is, we'll start with the camera x, and then we'll move to the y. Let's say camera x is equal to lerp minimum value should be from camera.x, maximum value should be to camera.x, and then we'll use the progress for going between from and to. We'll do the same for the y. And now when we load up the game, it should be a linear, boring old motion. Yeah. It works, but we can make it better. Enter easings.net. We can pick any one of these and it'll spice up our motion. If we pick out one of these functions, what we basically have right now is a straight line between here and here, as opposed to this nice little curve they have going. We're doing a straight line with our linear interpolation, but we can do better than that. Let's go over to ease and out quad, because I'm going to like this acceleration into deceleration. Right, it's going fastest in the middle because the slope is highest. All we need to do is scroll down to the bottom of this page and copy over the math function. Right, we can copy over this whole thing if we want, or we can just copy down the return. And we basically just need to translate it to our language. So let's say function ease and out quad x, and then put in the return. The only thing about JavaScript is that you need to type math dot for a power function, but now it works. What these easing functions do is they transform a linear straight line progress variable into these nice little curves that have different accelerations and decelerations. So all we need to do is make a new variable, ease progress, and we'll ease and out quad on the progress. Right, so we're transforming progress into the ease and out. And now we'll use it in the lerps. We need to make sure we use this ease variable, otherwise it won't change anything. Now let's load up our game. Isn't that nice? If I wanted to, I could speed this up a bit, so I could change max timer to like 1.5. And we can also change the distance. If we moved it really far, it'll look like that. It's starting very, very far away though. Let's change it back. So that gives us a nice overview of the level when we're loading in. So that's how you implement easing. That's how you implement easing in games. Remember, you can try all sorts of different easing functions, with the easings.net cheat sheet being a prime place to pick. You could even write your own easing function if you dare. I hope this helps you add polish to your games.